I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, the Rumble doesn't start for a few hours and I've got bugger all to do and I can't seem to wait. What can I possibly do to pass the time? Well, how about an SWE Rumble special? How about that for a trick? Yes, you heard me right. Shabby Gamer here, and we have a special Rumble episode here for you. Not necessarily a pay-per-view, but definitely a network special. Something where we have not one, not two, but three 30-man Rumble matches for you. I know it sounds insane, but let's get into the card and I'll explain a bit more. Right, to kick things off this evening, though, we are going to start things off with a pretty random fatal for you. We have Jack Evans. I went South African there for a second. Got Jack Evans, Sanada on steroids, Trent 7, and Davey Boy Smith Jr. And here we go. Now, I must admit, this is a pretty rushed idea. I'm thinking exactly the same as you right now. I'm thinking, I'm one of the clever people that 3 months ago decided, you know what, I'm going to check what day the Rumble is, and I'm going to book it off work, so I don't have to go in the Monday. And that's exactly what I've done. So I'm sat here thinking, what am I going to do until the Rumble starts? I'm excited. I want to get there. I want to watch it now. So I thought, why not create our own Rumble special? And here we are. And like I said earlier on, we haven't got one Rumble match for you. We haven't got two Rumble matches for you. We've got freaking 3 Rumble matches for you. I think this video, or this event, is going to end up being split into 2 halves because 3 Rumble matches is going to take a massive amount of time. And we do have a 7-match card including those 3 Rumble matches. So it's a massive, massive card here this evening. If you're wondering what the Rumble matches are, we're going to have the Rumble for Mayhem. And that will determine the number 1 contender for the Mayhem Championship, who will go on to face off against CM Punk at our first pay-per-view in a few weeks' time. We're also going to have, of course, the Throwdown Rumble from my roster. And again, very much the same thing. The winner of that Rumble will go on to face off against my brand champion, Kevin Owens, at the next pay-per-view. And we will also have an Octane Rumble. So basically, it's going to be a Cruiserweight Rumble. And again, the winner of that one will be deemed the number 1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. And again, we'll get that championship match at the next pay-per-view. Now here it is, Trent 7 making his first appearance in this universe mode. And I think it's an incredibly good call, this one. I'm happy to have him here. This is the first time we have seen this guy in the universe mode. And I think he could really make an impact here this evening as well. Of course, we've already got Sanada in the ring. Sanada, who's looking massive compared to his TNA days. I'm assuming there's not much random drug testing taking place in New Japan. I've got to stop making these generalizations, haven't I? But there you go. He's huge since he left TNA. He really is. And he seems to have done a lot better for himself as well. Night number 1 of the G1 Climax this year. I'll say this year, 2016. Sanada actually made Hiroshi Tanahashi tap out. So he's definitely getting a good old push in New Japan. And he might get the chance to show exactly what he can do. The chance that TNA never really gave him because they bunged him down in the X Division, tried to give him these dodgy gimmicks, but it looks like New Japan actually is allowing this guy to show exactly what he can do in the ring. Now, Trent 7 was one of the guys who I thought was a massive, massive favourite to win the UK tournament. Unfortunately for him, he got knocked out in the quarterfinals. Yeah, quarterfinals, bit of a surprise that, but of course he is now signed up with the WWE anyway, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see Mustache Mountain once or twice, maybe in NXT, maybe in the next set of tapings, we might see them as part of a tapings, maybe an enhancement team, maybe a team that look to take on consistently, because I would imagine that with TM61 having one of their members injured now for roughly 9 months, they reckon, you've got the Revival probably going to get called up pretty soon because they are as hot as anything at the moment. A heel tag team that gets the reaction and the cheers that they do just shows how over they are with the crowd. You've got the Authors of Pain, who have been shown as a dominant team. You've got DIY, who again, I can't imagine it'll be too long before they make their way up to the main roster. And of course you've got Sanity now. So, I don't know, there's potential there for another face team because you've only really got DIY now, because Authors of Pain a heel, Sanity a heel, Revival a heel. So, it gives that space for another face tag team. So it does make you wonder, and It is also been mentioned a few times, and I wouldn't surprise me. I actually mentioned this a couple of weeks ago and forgot about it actually. But I said to my friend PJ Tovey, who of course we've seen on the channel recently, I said to him that the winner of the UK tournament, in my opinion, was somebody who would also make a surprise entrance into the Royal Rumble. Now, I'm pretty sure if Tyler Bate had travelled to America, somebody would have said something about it by now. Somebody would have seen him, somebody would have noticed him. But you never know, it could be a massive massive swerve, and Tyler Bate could make his debut in the Rumble, even if it is just a one-off to hype up that tournament on the network. Because I think it did pretty well on the network. This Davey Boy Smith Jr. is looking pretty good as well. Although, of course, on our Universe mode, he is part of Suzuki Gun alongside Lance Archer, Minoru Suzuki, and Shelton Benjamin. But he is rocking the Hart Foundation, the new Hart Foundation attire there by the looks of it. I'm pretty sure I can change that anyway. But a pretty odd tag match, this one. I think Jack Evans is the only one of these four guys we've seen so far. Of course, himself and Angelico had a match on Mayhem last week against the Time Splitters. And Angelico and Jack Evans won that match, and they are now guaranteed a tag team championship match for the Mayhem belts at our next pay-per-view as well. So this is more just to sort of get all these guys a bit of exposure and see if one of them can really take the bull by the horns and show exactly what they can do. And it will be a big one for them to boost themselves at the rankings as well. And of course, all four of these guys are part of a tag team as well. Like I said, Jack Evans and Angelico as the Sky Blondes. Trent 7 is alongside, of course, Tyler Bate as part of Mustache Mountain. And we will see Tyler Bate later on as part of the Octane Cruiserweight Rumble. We've got Sanada, who is part of the LIG stable, or the Los Ingobernables. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong again. Alongside Evil, or Bushi, depending on how we feel on the week in that tag team. And, of course, we have Davey Boy Smith Jr., like I was saying, part of the Killer Elite Squad from... Sorry, I just got confused there for a second. Yeah, part of the Killer Elite Squad from PJ Tovey's Mayhem roster. So I just got confused because I'm sure I put the show down as a double announce table, one red, one green, to signify the two brand colours. But it looks like the game has glitched out as normal, and it has only given us the one. Again, I don't know. I spent a bit of time on this arena, but as I've said in the past a few times, arenas are not really my strong point. So I'm hoping you guys aren't too bothered about the state of them. It's not bad. It does the trick. As you see, I've called it the Rumble because, yeah, we're not on this channel. We're not about stealing other people's ideas. We're not going to steal other people's ideas. The fact that we've got 3 30-man Rumble events only hours before WWE's Royal Rumble is completely unrelated. This is the Rumble. This is the Rumble. This is the place to get the best action. WWE aren't going to give you 3 Rumbles in one night. And I tell you, if 2K would have allowed us to do a female Rumble on this game, for some reason it's not allowed on this game, I do not know why. But if WWE would allow us to do a female Rumble, we would have had 4 Rumbles on this one. Because we do have enough women to do a full-on 30-woman Rumble, which would have been amazing as well. Because we've got some really talented females out there. And we will see some of those later on this evening. One thing I haven't announced so far is the other matches this evening. We've got some pretty good ones. Like I said, female-wise, we do have a triple threat later on this evening. We're going to see Santana Garrett versus Christina von Eerie versus Kimber, which is going to be a very interesting match. I'm just trying to remember who's who now. I think, off the top of my head, I think Santana Garrett is from Throwdown. Christina von Eerie and Kimber are both from Mayhem, I believe. As Trent 7 here lining up Jack Evans. What's Trent 7 got here? He takes Jack Evans up into a pile driver, takes him down hard. And Sanada and Davey Boy Smith are not necessarily paying attention to what's happening here. There's the pin by Trent 7 as Sanada looking underneath the ring for a weapon maybe. And does just about break that pin up. Wow. That could have been a very cheeky win there by Trent 7. Also this evening we do have for you, basically we've got a little bit sort of bragging rights here. We're going to have, after this match, Jay Lethal versus Booker T. So we have the Throwdown United States Champion versus Booker T, of course, the Mayhem Television Champion. We're also going to have later on this evening CM Punk, of course, the Mayhem Champion, taking on Kevin Owens, the Throwdown Champion. So really some big bragging rights matches there. And of course, like I said, we have the 3 Rumble matches, one for Octane, one for Throwdown, and one for Mayhem. Going to determine 3 of our number 1 contenders for our next pay-per-view, which is going to be a big tournament, our next pay-per-view. It's going to, again, be about another 4-day tournament, I think, the next one's going to be. And it's going to be pretty damn good. I'm looking forward to that one. And we're really going to have a good showcase of all of our talent here this evening, which is good because it's something we haven't done so far. We've had a chance, obviously, to put out one card for each show. You haven't seen Octane yet, though. Octane will be on tomorrow. So that means I've got to try and not say who the Cruiserweight... I know, we can figure this out. We'll figure this out. It's not a problem. Oh, big boot in the gut there by Trent 7 on Jack Evans. Now Trent 7 bringing Jack Evans up. Oh, into a pile driver once again. And Trent could win this. No, he's going to bring Jack Evans back up to his feet. And Jack was playing possum there. I think what we might end up doing, thinking about it logically, is uploading Octane before this event. I think that's the only thing we can do, really. It means it doesn't make a difference because you would have seen Octane by now anyway. So I don't know why I'm even telling you this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to upload Octane before this because I'm going to end up telling you guys exactly who the Cruiserweight champion is later on. And you'll know because the 30 people that are in the Cruiserweight Battle Royal or the Royal Rumble are obviously not the Cruiserweight champion. So, yeah, you would have seen that event by now, hopefully. If you've not seen it, then go and check that out now because eventually I am going to spoil it who won the championship. So, yeah, that's your only warning. Spoilers are ahead. Jack Evans now sits out, scoop slam there on Trent 7 who rolls out the ring. Now Jack Evans went for the backdrop on Sanada who flipped out of it. Sanada with a boot in the gut of Jack Evans now into the front chancery. And you see Sanada and Davey Smith Jr. working well together on a few occasions. Oh, I spoke too soon. I was going to say, obviously these two guys must know each other pretty well from their time in New Japan. Maybe having some sort of relationship backstage, maybe. And when I say relationship, I don't mean that in a you-know way. Running power slam there by Davey Smith Jr. Drops into the pin now on Sanada. Trent 7 and Jack Evans into the ring. Oh my word, I think Trent 7 just broke that up on the brink of the 3 count. That was a close one, that was. Trent 7 now wrenching back at the leg of Jack Evans. Davey Smith now sending Sanada into the corner. Jawbreaker by Jack Evans on Trent 7. Oh, what a massive clothesline that was by Davey Smith Jr. However, I think Davey Smith Jr. there actually caught him in the face with his fist. Trent 7 now sliced the outside with Davey Smith Jr. as does Jack Evans. Maybe not the wisest thing for these guys to do. When there's only 2 of you in the ring, you need to take advantage and try and get that pinfall, but both Trent and Jack Evans dropped to the outside to where Davey Smith Jr. was. Now, if somebody can take the other one out here, Davey Smith Jr. looks out. Jack Evans sending Trent into the corner. Oh, Trent landed on top. Oh, nearly. I think Jack Evans saw that happen, and Trent bounced off the corner and landed on top of Davey Smith Jr. And obviously Jack Evans spotting that because that would have gone down as a pinfall, wouldn't it? Trent 7. Oh, wow. Powerbomb from a suplex position. That was a fantastic move there by Trent 7. I'm quite sure if that's one of his moves in real life, but it was effective nonetheless. Trent 7 now taunting the crowd, but really, Trent, you need to be taking advantage. Davey Smith Jr. and Sanada are both on the outside. Trent. Oh, why is Trent not gone after Jack Evans there? That was a poor piece of AI there by Trent. Trent 7 now with the front chancery, an uppercut on Jack Evans now. Trent taking Jack Evans up. We saw this earlier on. Pile driver on Jack Evans, who's already busted open pretty severely. If Trent can pull him away from the ropes here, he could win this one. Sanada and Davey Smith distracted on the outside. 1, 2. He's going to get it. No! Jack Evans kicked out. Wow. How on earth did Jack Evans just kick out of that power driver by Trent? Oh my word. Running knee strike by Jack Evans on Trent 7. Now Evans going up to the top rope. You see a lot slower than what he normally would be. You can see the effects of this match really taking its toll on Jack Evans now. And being busted open for a large portion of this match is obviously going to affect his energy. Beautiful missile dropkick right into the forehead of Trent 7. Sanada showing a more cocky side since he went to New Japan. I think that's a good thing for Sanada though. It's giving him a real sort of influence. And like I said, that win at the G1 Climax where he made Hiroshi Tanahashi tap out is immense. And that must have been a huge improvement for his confidence as much as anything, really. But that's why I like New Japan. There's a lot of things that are not obvious. It's like when AJ Styles defeated John Cena, everyone was shocked because somebody got a clean win over Cena. And that shouldn't be the case. That should not be the case where somebody the quality of AJ Styles comes in, gets a pinfall victory clean, and people are shocked. That's not what should be happening. Davey Smith Jr. now with Trent 7 up. There's the running power slam. Again, his big finisher maneuver, but Sanada's in to break it up. And wow, this match does never want to end. This is a real battle of the ages, this one. This is only our opening match of the card. Can you imagine what the rest of the card's going to be like? Jack Evans now spiked DDT on Davey Smith Jr. on the apron. Wow. That is a serious way that you can injure one of your opponents by doing something like that. Running STO though by Davey Smith. He's back up on his feet, completely no-selling that stiff DDT. Sanada trying to bring Trent back up to his feet. And Trent has been very clever in this match. I don't know if you've noticed, he stayed in the ring for the majority of it, whereas a lot of the others have dropped to the outside on various occasions. But staying in the ring means that you can always try and sneak the victory when someone's not looking. However, it also means that you're susceptible to being pinned at all times as well if somebody can hit you with a very difficult maneuver. Sanada now over the top rope. He's going to go for a springboard. He does. Went for the quesadilla, or the chicken quesadilla, whatever you want to call it. But Trent did manage to avoid it as see Jack Evans rolling Davey Smith Jr. up on the outside. But of course, fatal four-ways are no disqualification, no count-outs. However, pinfalls and submissions must take place within the confines of the ring. What is Trent after here? Oh, he's going for the he's going to go for the superplex here off the middle rope from the outside. A move sort of made... Well, the first person I saw do this was Brian Cage and Michael Elgin. I think they've been doing it for quite some time. Trent now with a pin. Jack Evans and Davey Smith are nowhere to be found. And Trent 7 picks up a massive victory here in a fatal four-way. And I must admit, on this one, he probably was a slight outsider. But think about this. We saw a huge win on Octane a few days ago for Tyler Bate in a triple threat match. And now his tag team partner here, Trent 7, picking up a massive win here in a fatal four-way as well. You know what, PJ Tovey, Mustache Mounting are looking very, very strong. I know you have Sky Blondes versus the Briscoe Brothers set for our next pay-per-view, but surely you've got to be looking at Mustache Mountain and really giving them some strong consideration right now. Right, here we go. Some time for some bragging rights in this universe mode now. As my United States champion here from Throwdown, Jay Lethal, takes on PJ Tovey's television champion from Mayhem. I forgot what belt it was then. Of course, it's Booker T who won the belt in a 6-man ladder match last week. And here we go. Of course, Jay Lethal won that incredible match on Throwdown. Was uploaded yesterday, I believe, Throwdown? Yeah, I think it was. Incredible match Jay Lethal won there. It was a fatal four-way along with Shinsuke Nakamura, as well as Tetsuya Naito and Cody Rhodes. And now Jay Lethal has a chance to really push the bragging rights on as he takes on Booker T one-on-one. Of course, Booker T won that 6-man ladder match back on Mayhem last week. Now, this is where my memory really comes into play. Can I remember the members of that match? It was Scott Hall, Dusty Rhodes, Booker T, I thought I knew more than that. Scott Hall, Dusty Rhodes, Booker T. Who else was in that match? I knew it in my head. When this video was loading, I was like, I better remember the 6 names that were in there. And now I can't remember them. I know they were all former television champions at some point. Sting was in there. That's 4. Oh, this is tricky now. This is tricky. I don't remember. I really don't. It will come back to me as time goes on. It will come like... Let's have a quick look through the roster for the draft. For the Rumble match later on. Probably Mr. Perfect. Was he in there? He was in there, right. I feel better now. So Sting, Perfect, Booker T, I forgot the other two now. Scott Hall, Dusty Rhodes, that's 5. There was one more man in that ladder match. Who was it? That's the question. Who was that man? I don't know who that man was. I don't know who that man was. I'll tell you what, I can find out who that man was. I know it really doesn't matter at this point in time, honestly, but at the same time, I really want to know myself. Should I be trying to find this out? I'm hoping my video recording's not going to go funny now because I'm trying to load the internet up and I'm editing a video at the same time and it does get a little bit ropey. Hopefully it's not flickering or anything like that. No, it seems to be going okay. Sucker! 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, right. I'm going over to the blog, which of course you can go to if you want. The link will be in the description below. The blog basically gives you a full insight of the universe mode. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, that was it. Dusty Rhodes, Mr. Perfect, Sting, Scott Hall, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and of course Booker T. Right, that's fine now. Yeah, like I said, there is a link to the blog in the description below, and that is your place for all the information on this universe mode. You can see a list of the draft, who was picked and when. You can see roster updates for all the different shows. You can see all the results for all the different shows as well. So if you don't want to get spoilers, then obviously don't go to the blog, but if you want to find out what happened in the last couple of episodes, but you don't want to know what happened on this one, you can't be bothered to watch 3 episodes. That's fully understandable. Then, of course, you can drop over to the blog and see that as well. Also, I do announce quite a few bits of news on there. Of course, this show was announced earlier on today. It was going to be happening just to try and let you guys know to expect it, because I'm sure, like I said, you're all sat there just like me waiting for the Rumble to begin, and you're bored. I'm bored. I'm bored sat away for the Rumble to begin. And so yeah, it's definitely a good way to try and keep up with everything. Right, I can shut that down now and I can get back onto my screen so I can actually see what's happening in this match. Right, there we go. Well, Booker T's in control by the looks of it. Slamming the arm of Jay Lethal into the mat. So yeah, both these guys really fought against the odds to win this championship. And win their respective championships, let's say. And it's not very often you're going to see the brands sort of intermingle like this. Pay-per-views, we will see a few cross-promotional matches at pay-per-views, but not very often. A lot of the time the pay-per-views are going to be just a shared platform for both rosters to put across the best matches they can that they have built up to. There will be the odd sort of inter-promotional match. If we're feeling funky, we'll put a couple over. And of course we probably will do a Bragging Rights pay-per-view at some point. But at the same time, like I said, our next pay-per-view will probably be a 16-man tournament. And the idea of that tournament will be that 8 men from my roster versus 8 men from PJ Tovey's roster will compete, and the winner will get a shot at their own brand championship, but also the winning brand will get to pick a stable, a singles male, singles female, or tag team male or tag team female from the undrafted pot to boost their roster. So it's a massive one for me and PJ Tovey to try and improve our rosters as well. Jay Lethal, though, the big right hand's taking Booker T down. I'm so glad to get this Jay Lethal because I've tried to download a good Jay Lethal for the last few years and it's always been absolutely awful. But this year, this Jay Lethal is fantastic in my opinion, and the fact that he went on to win our United States Championship on our roster really shows that I really rate him as well. He's been given the opportunity and he's taken it. I must admit, I was expecting... I don't know, I sort of had Jay Lethal down as my least likely to win that match. I don't know why, because stats-wise, they're all pretty much similar, but for some reason, I was sort of thinking that Cody Rhodes was going to walk out there with the belt. I've actually just brought, about an hour ago, I brought the Cody Rhodes American Nightmare t-shirt, the Bullet Club one. I went a bit mad on Pro Wrestling Tees, and I spent $140. I know, I cannot believe I've done that as well. That's crazy. And I've only brought 4 shirts, that's the worrying thing. I brought the Cody Rhodes American Nightmare shirt. I brought the Elite shirt, of course, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. I brought the Super Kicks, the cereal, and it comes with a cereal box of Super Kicks. I've also purchased the... Right, there was a Chris Hero one, and the t-shirt is basically the match screen for Chris Hero versus... Oh, Big Elbow. Oh, no, went for the Big Splash early on. Yeah, it was the match screen of the Chris Hero versus CM Punk match that was quite legendary a few years ago in... I can't remember what company it was now, but basically it was a fight around the barn. I think it was a no DQ match. It was a cracking match. And I've also got the... I've also got the match screen one again, as such, match screen, I suppose, of the Young Bucks versus Candice and Joey from PWG, the Guerrilla Warfare match where Candice ended up literally red-faced. She was that much blood. I think it's where she got super kicked in the face by Nick Jackson while he was wearing a boot covered in thumbtacks. So Jay Lethal there with a big elbow drop, and instead of going for the pin, he decides to taunt instead. Come on, Jay, you're representing Throwdown. You need to get the freak out on this one. We need to get some bragging rights over PJ Toby straight away so I can ring him up after this event and really take the mick out of him. Jay Lethal now into front chancery on Booker T, and Lethal is in control of Booker T at the moment, but instead of going for the pin, he's looking to try and make an impact here, I suppose. He's going up against the former 5-time world champion in Booker T. Jay Lethal, of course, has won the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship, but apart from that, he's not had the biggest career so far, so a massive win over Booker T would really push him. Oh, Booker T now. Jay Lethal may have taken a bit too much time as Booker T hits the bookend, and this could be a massive win here for Mayhem. 1, 2, and 3, and it is. Jay Lethal, come on, man. When you've got the chance, go for the pin, Lethal. He hit the big diving elbow drop and decided to try and continue the assault, but it wasn't the right thing to do. And Booker T is victorious in our first inter-promotional match here on the Rumble. Not the Royal Rumble, because that's a copyrighted show from WWE. This is the Rumble. Nothing to do with the Royal Rumble at all. Nothing to do with it. This is completely separate. This is my own invention. Yeah, you're not believing this, are you? Neither am I, tell the truth. But you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's time. It's Boogeyman. Where did I get that from? You know what time it is? That's actually time for our first Rumble match. This is going to be the Octane Rumble. Let's get straight into it. This game pees me off so much. I don't know why it does this. It does it with Elimination Chambers. Well, if you want to have a Royal Rumble match, it has to be fixed to the Royal Rumble arena. So you can't have a 10-man gauntlet match, or a 20-man or a 30-man gauntlet match on Raw or SmackDown. You can't do it. You have to go to the default Raw. This is in the Universe mode as well. So it isn't even like I'm doing this through for exhibition. But the same thing happened on Throwdown, of course. I don't know if you've noticed, but on Throwdown we had the full card in the Throwdown arena. And then as soon as we got to the main event, it switched to the Elimination Chamber arena. But there you go. So who drew number 1 in our Octane Rumble? That is the big question now. It's Pentagon Jr. He is not going to be happy with that. But if anybody can go from 1 and win it, it's going to be Pentagon Jr. One of my favourites in the entire roster, let alone this Rumble. And there is a lot of talent in this Rumble. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm also going to mark these people off as they enter so I can keep track on who else is due. We've got a pretty good Rumble on the go at the moment, but you need to remember that some of the bigger names of Octane may be in their brand Rumble instead. So I'm not going to go into too much details on that because I don't want to really give you much detail. So Pentagon now is being known as Penta El Sierra Miedo because he's left AAA, and obviously AAA own the rights to the name Pentagon Jr. So he's changed his name ever so slightly. And also something I didn't realise till the other day is Pentagon Jr. is actually the brother, real-life brother of Phoenix. A very good wrestling family, that one. So who is drawn number 2 in this Rumble and will face off against Pentagon Jr. to start things off? Who's it going to be? They're giving us a lot of waiting time here, a lot of suspension. It's Pete Dunne, the Cruiserweight. Pete Dunne, wow. 2 big, stiff fighters to start things off here this evening. Pete Dunne did have a match on Octane yesterday. Was it yesterday or might be this morning I uploaded Octane? I'm not quite sure. But he had a big match on Octane against Tyler Bate and Dean Malenko in a triple threat, didn't he? That was a pretty good match. So it'd be interesting to see how these two guys get on. Like I say, number 1 and number 2, but possibly 2 of the stronger members in this match. Saying that, you look through the list and everyone's a strong member in this match. They really, really are. So like I was saying, the winner of this Octane Rumble will get a Cruiserweight Championship match in the very near future at our very first pay-per-view, which I haven't named yet. I'm thinking Kapow. But that's only because I'm not going to get into that. I know that sounds absolutely stupid as hell, doesn't it? Kapow. But at the same time, it makes perfect sense in my mind, honestly. So, Pete Dunne is going to be number 2. I can write on here, can't I? Let's do it this way. So, 1 and 2. Now, I was a little bit worried as well that this would be... that the game would put these people in order. But it hasn't done because I put them in alphabetical order because that's how I wrote them down. I actually sat here at work today and actually made these 3 rumbles of 90. So we're going to get a chance to see 90 people. 94, 96, 99. There's 101 wrestlers on this card this evening. That's how big this special rumble event is. 101 wrestlers. Now that is crazy. But I thought this is also the best way to really give you a full insight of all the shows. And I think it's a good thing as well, because it's really going to help us build some storylines moving forward into that first pay-per-view. So Pete Dunne now, great delayed butterfly suplex there. Now who will be the number 3 entrant into this one? I can't imagine whoever it's going to be is going to be very happy to be put in the ring with 2 very strong competitors like this. It is Eddie Edwards. So Eddie Edwards is number 3 in this Octane Rumble, and he's just standing back and allowing Pentagon Jr. to try and eliminate Pete Dunne. And Dunne could be gone here right at the early starts, and Pete Dunne has gone. Wow. Now that is a shocker to start things off. Was not expecting Pete Dunne to be knocked out of the Rumble this early. He cannot be happy at all. And Eddie Edwards catching Pentagon Jr. from behind with that butterfly suplex. Wow, I'm shocked that Pete Dunne got eliminated so early, and I'm very disappointed as well. I'm sure Pete Dunne's very disappointed with that performance. Eddie Edwards now stalking the grounded Pentagon Jr. Missile dropkick right into the face of Pentagon. Oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting. And this is the part. This is the part. This is the part. This is the part of the game where I really wish the game was coded better, because at this point in time now, we're going to see Eddie and Davey go after each other rather than working together. So both members of the American Wolves here, and they're fighting people, the American Wolves. Very respectful, but they are fighters, and they know that tonight is every man for themselves. There are quite a few tag teams in this match this evening, including the Lucha Dragons, for example. Time Splitters. DIY. Dynasty. They're all in this Rumble, so it's going to be a tricky one. So who is this number 5 into the Rumble now is going to be... Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate is number 5 into the Rumble. Of course, we saw Trent 7 doing incredibly well earlier on. He's tag team partner in Mustache Mountain. Tyler Bate's got a lot of work to do here, though, from number 5 in the Rumble. But it's not completely out of the question. He can do this. You see, I think Eddie was coming across there to try and help Davey Richards eliminate Tyler Bate. It looks like Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards have now decided that it would be best for them to not necessarily work together, but to try and eliminate everyone else before they go for it themselves. Davey Richards now with a Samoan drop on Tyler Bate. Of course, Tyler Bate, the first ever winner of the UK Championship in the tournament recently. And of course is representing the Mayhem roster. I think so far, most of these guys are representing the Mayhem roster, as somebody else has entered without me noticing. I think that's Dean Malenko, isn't it? That is Dean Malenko. So Dean Malenko now representing my roster. So we've got Dean Malenko and we have Pentagon Jr. representing Throwdown, and the American Wolves and Tyler Bate representing Mayhem. And Malenko going after Pentagon Jr. now, and I was sort of hoping some of the Throwdown guys might work together, because it would be nice to get the little bit of bragging rights once again for winning this Rumble. Of course, bragging rights so far have gone with PJ Tovey for that victory of Booker T over Jay Lethal, and of course the victory of Trent 7 in that Fatal 4-Way. Both Mayhem victories so far. And here comes Ricky the Dragon Steamboat representing PJ Tovey's roster. Now I'm a little bit worried that there is a little bit of a pattern forming. See, if this pattern continues, it means the next wrestler in is going to be either Neville or Sin Cara. So if that doesn't happen, then at least we know it literally is random. It's just so far managed to stick to some sort of little... It's not stuck to a plan. It's just been random but randomly a pattern, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat now sending Dean Malenko over the top, and Malenko skinning the cat. Now, I'm pretty sure Steamboat and Malenko must have collided before. You'd think so, because that would be a fantastic match, and a match that I might actually try and put together on Octane this week, because that sounds like a really good match. And there goes Eddie Edwards by Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So let's see if Neville or Sin Cara enter next. And there goes Pentagon Jr. as well by Dean Malenko. Wow. Pentagon Jr. being eliminated as well. So I said it was going to be tricky for number 1 and number 2 to go on and win the Rumble. And of course Pentagon Jr. and Pete Dunne now both eliminated. Number 3's been eliminated as well. As Davey Richards has been here the longest now, number 4. Who will be next to join them? That's the question. Now we are going to have one more match for you in this half of the event. I basically do this in 2 halves because it's easier for me to upload the video, because if the video is too long, it takes so long to go through the editor. It takes longer to upload, everything like that. So split into 2 videos just makes it more manageable for me. And it makes it more manageable for you guys, well, I suppose, having 2 separate videos to watch rather than having to cram a 3-hour event in one go, because this probably is going to end up being 3 hours. So hopefully I will have uploaded this early enough to get both shows watched. I tell you what, you're doing really well today, aren't you? Because if everything goes to plan, then Octane would have been uploaded this morning. There goes Davey Richards, which now is Tyler Bate is the longest standing man in this match at number 5. Yes, if everything's gone to plan, then Octane was uploaded this morning, which means that this is being uploaded around about 7 or 8 o'clock in the UK. On Sunday as well, and then part 2 will be uploaded probably about 10 o'clock maybe, which would be getting pretty close to the Rumble. Give you about an hour between, in theory. Might be a little bit earlier just to make it easier. So of course that is Sin Cara in the ring now, and it looks like there is a pattern here, isn't there then? So I'm expecting the next one to be Alex Shelley or Johnny Gargano. I'm sure that, I don't know. It seems really odd, this pattern that there is. I would have thought it just randomly number generated. Again, it could just be luck of the draw, because... Well, it could be because I think Sin Cara is in the wrong place on my list. And there's the JT Dunne. JT Dunne. Where the hell JT... Oh, he's there as well, okay. I don't quite understand. I don't understand. So JT Dunne... I wasn't going to put him in here. I wasn't even going to have him on Octane, but after watching his match alongside Cassius Ohno last week on Throwdown against the Sumerian Death Squad for the Tag Team Championships, I just felt like I had to put JT Dunne in Octane because he was such a good wrestler. He was so high-flying, and he really impressed me. And the fact it looks like he's got a bit of a Gengar going in the back of his trousers really makes me like him even more as well. I do like my Pokemon. Sin Cara now trying to eliminate Tyler Bate, and there goes Tyler Bate. As we get another entrant into the ring, is it going to be one of the people I think it's going to be? Who is it coming down? No, it's not. It's him. Okay. Again, it's still pretty odd that the fact that all the ones that have come in so far are all next to each other in my list. But it's not really going any... Right. Okay. If the next one is Trevor Lee, then I'm going to stop talking because I might end up just spoiling who comes in. If the next one's not Trevor Lee, then we might be okay. Because I'm starting to guess who might be the last ones in now. Sin Cara dropping the double legs onto the inside of the groins of Drago. I like Drago. I did try and give Drago the wings for his entrance, but you can't give him the wings as well as the suit he comes out with, which is a bit of a shame because it would look really good if he had the wings. There we go, JT Dunne trying to eliminate Ricky the Dragon Steamboat over there. And Steamboat does hold on as we do have another entrant coming in. And it's Trevor Lee. Okay. This is really weird why it's doing this. It is literally doing them in order. But at the same time, it's not doing in order because it put out 2 of mine first, then 3 of PJ Toby's. There goes JT Dunne. Wow. Put out 3 of PJ Toby's, 1 of mine, 1 more of PJ Toby's, and then 4 of mine, but all 4 of mine it's put in now are all in a list. One of the... Oh, no, it's put in 3 of mine. And, of course, it's just got into PJ Toby's part now. So, yeah, it's odd the way that it's just doing them all in order, which is a little bit annoying. That's probably why we end up with AD Edwards and David Richards next to each other. I suppose normally I don't notice because I don't actually have a list in front of me, but... Yeah, it's a bit odd, isn't it? I don't know. I see Ricky the Dragon Steamboat trying to eliminate Drago. The Dragons going at it. Maybe you have the real Dragons versus the Lucha Dragons. The Ultimo Dragon in there as well. We'll have a Dragon match. Human Torch match, you know. There's Trevor Lee now trying to eliminate Botchamania. Standing Spanish fly there by Drago. And there goes Botchamania. He's out. Poor old Hunico. As somebody else does enter the match with exactly the same... Everyone seems to have the same entrance music at the moment. And it is... exactly who I thought it was going to be. Andrew Everett. Okay. Which means the last 5 men into the Rumble are exactly as they're written down on my list. Exactly how I put them into the list. I thought the game randomised them. I really did. I'm sure it does. Just seems a bit odd, doesn't it, really? It seems a bit odd to me. There you go. Ricky Steamboat now sending Andrew Everett off the far rope, but catches him. Trevor Lee with a senton bomb. We've not seen the Dynasty as of yet. Of course, Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett. And of course, this is a very good Trevor Lee. I had a rough Trevor Lee beforehand, and when I downloaded this one, I thought, yes, they've got to be in our universe mode now. There goes Drago, eliminated by Trevor Lee. And we've got 12 men in so far. We have, of course, 18 more for you. And the winner of this one will get their chance to take on Kota Ibushi at our very first pay-per-view in a few weeks' time. Then again, that's if Kota Ibushi's still the champion. We don't know. We might have a cheeky Cruiserweight Championship match at some point on Octane. Why not? As Andrew Everett eliminating Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And Dean Malenko's been in for a while now. Dean Malenko was number 6 into this Rumble. As here comes Phoenix. Yep, exactly what I thought. It's working backwards by the looks of it. It's working backwards, which is a bit of an odd one. Trevor Lee looked like he was taking Dean Malenko up for a powerbomb. Malenko caught him with that DDT. As Trevor Lee sending Malenko into the corner now. So basically this week our episodes... Oh, there goes Malenko eliminated by Trevor Lee, and Dynasty are looking very, very strong in this one. Yes, our episodes this week are going to become shorter than last week. Of course, last week we did special ones that were a little bit longer. So Mayhem and Throwdown will drop from 7 matches down to 5. However, we will still have 7 matches on the card. Just 2 of those matches will be dark matches, and I'll just tell you the results of those ones. And Octane and Showdown will go from 5 matches down to 3 matches. And again, the 5 matches will be there, but I will tell you the results of the 2 dark matches beforehand. So there's only 3 more above these guys, and then it will have to change track because... yeah, it's already done them. Because it is still going in the list. Which is annoying because it means it is putting tag teams in together. Which is... I was hoping we could get a little bit of luck and it might sort of spread the tag teams around. So who's been in here the longest now then? It's pretty recent, isn't it? These are the last 4 guys to enter. It was Trevor Lee at 11, Andrew Everett at 12, Phoenix at 13, and Jushin Thunder Liger, of course, at 14. As both Dynasty members trying to eliminate a couple of guys there. And there goes Liger. Wow. Trevor Lee is on incredible form here this evening. Eliminated quite a few people. And there goes Jushin Thunder Liger as in comes Akira Tozawa at the halfway point. Number 15, Akira Tozawa. That back senton. Now this is such a good Akira Tozawa. And I'm so glad that PJ Toby picked him. Because it would have been criminal to have a core this good not in the universe mode. Wouldn't it really? Would have been absolutely criminal. Absolutely criminal. I don't know why I'm just doing that dodgy accent for us. Andrew Everett now going after Trevor Lee with that big splash. And again, all's fair in love and war. These guys have got to go for it. They've got to go for it. They can't try and work together. They need to go for it now. And here comes Kushida. Again, another man who, until we started this universe mode, there was absolutely diabolical cause for him. really, really bad ones. But now we have a really good one here as Andrew Everett trying to eliminate him straight away. So there's one more man on my list, and then it's going to have to go somewhere else because when this man's come in, it's got to the end of the list. So it'll have to start working their way, I suppose. I'm just still frustrated that it's doing this. I really am. I just can't. It's just bizarre to me that it has just done all these in order. Maybe I should just ditch my list and then I won't know. But at the same time, I want to keep track of what number everyone came in so I can put it on our blog. Is it Alex Shelley? It's Alex Shelley. There we go. So both members of Time Split is in there now as well. So Alex Shelley was number 17. So we've got 13 men left. And there's some big names in this last 13. And there's also a few surprising ones as well. Be interesting to see who does win this and go on, obviously, to face off against Kota Ibushi. Hopefully, we're going to have a real cracking match. As Kushida managing to skin the cat while not actually holding on to the ropes very well. So there are now 6 men in the ring, which means that we're going to have someone eliminated before the game will allow us to enter another one. Now, both Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee have been there for quite a while. Trevor Lee was the number 11 entrant, and we're number 17 now. Trevor Lee has done very well. He's eliminated a couple of people, including Jushin Thunder Liger, which is a massive, massive, massive elimination, really. If you look at it, it's one of the biggest men in the Rumble. And when I say biggest, I mean in stature. A man who's been a legend of this division for many a year now. Many a year. I'm going to take a sip of my beer because I'm thirsty as hell now. All this talking's killing me, I'll tell you. Great arm drag there by Kushida. Phoenix taking a risk here. High risk maneuvers and top rope maneuvers are not the safest thing to do in a Royal Rumble match because if you get the slightest push, you can be out of there. You're out of there. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I apologise for that. I apologise for that. As Andrew Everett is on the verge, and Andrew Everett is gone via Phoenix. And Everett is not happy whatsoever there. That's not Everett, that's Trevor Lee, sorry. Everett's still in there. Trevor Lee, that's a bit of a shocker because Trevor Lee's been doing fantastically well so far this evening. But then again, the game doesn't really work like the game doesn't really give people that start very early on, they generally do struggle. It's not the sort of game where you can really start from number one. If you play the game yourself, you probably could. And there goes Andrew Everett as well. So they're being knocked out in order now. So is the next one knocked out going to be Phoenix? Hopefully it's not going to be that obvious. Hopefully not. Then again, you never know. So we've got 2 spaces now, but I think the game only starts the countdown from when the space is created. So it might be another minute or so before. Wow. I do apologise. I seem to have had loads and loads and loads of pop-ups on my computer. All of them, for some reason, are food-related. I don't know where that has come from. And of course, when the pop-ups come on my screen, I can't actually see a thing. So it takes me a while to close them all before I can see what's going on screen. Right, I'm back in. Oh, Noam Dar. Okay, Noam Dar is in. So that makes him number 18. Now, does that mean it's going to start spreading itself around the list again? Or are we going to go down here now? Because if we go down this way, it's going to mean that all the Throwdown guys are going to enter and it's going to leave 3 Mayhem guys at the end. Which would be a little bit unfair, in my opinion. I want a fair crack of the whip if I can, but... yeah, you know how it goes. So Noam Dar, somebody who I picked, I think it was my number 40 pick, Noam Dar. And that's not any offence down to Noam Dar's quality, it's just how good the rosters were. It was just difficult to try and create space for anybody, and I wanted Noam Dar because... there's Juventud. Okay. I think I can stop looking at this list now because I think it is literally going to tell me exactly who is going to be in the Rumble. In exactly the order it's going to come. I think I see exactly how the list is going to work. You just made the list. As Phoenix trying to eliminate Alex Shelley, but Shelley holding on. We're back up to 6 men now, so it means that we will not have anyone enter until one of these are eliminated. As Hoovy trying to eliminate Kushida. Great Hurricanrana there by Noam Dar. And there goes Kushida. Wow. Kushida wasn't even that long in, was he? He was number 16, so only entered a few picks ago. Longest now is Phoenix, who entered at number 13. And this next entrant is going to be number 20. Good old sleazy number 20, eh? Sleazy number 20. Very sleazy number 20 is going to enter. Again, it's got to wait now, hasn't it? It's got to wait until it's done the little countdown. Then we will see number 20, and I'm enjoying this. I think if the people I think are going to come in last are going to come in last, that's going to be very, very strong. And there goes Phoenix. We're down to 4 now in the ring. As I'm not quite sure what's happening there between Hoovy and Alex Shelley. They seem to be glitching out a little bit, and I'm a little bit worried. So I do not want to start this again right now. There we go. Thank God for that. Whoa! That got really scary right then. I thought I was going to have to... Well, I'm not restarting now. Screw that. We've got 2 more Rumbles to do, and the video is already 1 hour and 2 minutes long. Right, here comes somebody else. Sleazy number 20. Representing Throwdown. The first appearance in the Universe mode of Joey Ryan. Rocking some pretty cool attire. I like Joey Ryan's attire. Might have to try and find something for Joey Ryan to do in this Universe mode, because at the moment he literally is just going to be, for me, a enhancement talent. That's not really what I want to use him as. I'm a big fan of Joey Ryan. I have been... I've got pop-ups again of food stuff. Right, this is not going well, is it? I don't want to use Joey Ryan as just a enhancement guy. I want to use him in a good way. Number 20, Joey Ryan was. Okay. Another entrant. Number 21 is Psychosis. Rocking some old school WCW now. With Psychosis and Hoovy in the ring. It really is a mixture of everything now. We've got Psychosis and Hoovy in the ring. Of course, AAA and WCW. We've got Joey Ryan in the ring. Of course, Lucha Underground, TNA, and what was the Indian one called? I can't remember what the Indian company was called now that TNA owned. He was part of that as well. And there was also PWG, of course, Joey Ryan, a big member of PWG. You've got Alex Shelley, of course, TNA and New Japan. You've got Akira Tozawa, who was, I believe, Dragon Gate USA, as well as, of course, now working for WWE and the CWC as well. So really a mixture of a lot of different types of wrestler. And we are back up to 6 once again, so nobody will enter now. We only have 9 entrants left in this Rumble. Again, one of these 9 guys, one of these 15 guys, if you include the 6 that are in the ring already, are going to go on to face off against Kota Ibushi for the Cruiserweight Championship at our very next pay-per-view, which will be coming up in a few weeks' time. And like I said, that is going to be a 4-day pay-per-view, I think, maybe even longer. As Noam Dar is eliminated. Akira Tozawa now with one of my favourite moves on the game, the electric chair into the German suplex. One of Kenny Omega's old finisher maneuvers. I think he uses the one-wing angel now, doesn't he? That's what he used to use. Akira Tozawa now trying to eliminate Hoovy. As Psychosis trying to eliminate Joey Ryan. And Akira Tozawa's doing pretty well here against Hoovy. And there goes Hoovy. We're down to 4 once again. We're down to 13 men left in this Rumble now. And there are some big, big names left. Great neck breaker there by Akira Tozawa, now bringing Joey Ryan back up to his feet. Joey Ryan tripping Tozawa. And a boot into the back of the leg. So this Alex Shelley is a very, very good core as well, isn't it? I think the little bit of a colour in the hair really makes a massive difference. Something new they brought in. Did they bring that in this year or was it last year? I can't remember now. But that little difference makes such a massive difference, doesn't it? As in comes the gentleman that is Jack Gallagher again, representing Throwdown. And now Jack Gallagher, wow, Jack Gallagher is eliminated straight away. He is not going to be happy with that, Jack Gallagher. That was a real bushwhacker moment there by Jack Gallagher, wasn't it? In and out in no time. By Joe Ryan, as well as Akira Tozawa goes for that deadlift German suplex once again. As we await number 23 in this Rumble now. And there goes Alex Shelley via Psychosis. So now we've got a Japanese, an American and a Mexican in the ring, joined by a Brit in Party Marty Skull. He's not Party Marty anymore, he's the villain Marty Skull now. The current Ring of Honor television champion, Marty Skull. Massive pick that was for me. I'm surprised that I managed to get him, and PJ Tovey had not necessarily missed him, but sort of left him quite late. I was happy to get a hold of Party Marty. Somebody who I think is going to dominate the proceedings on Octane, as well as doing pretty well potentially in the mid-card section of my roster. Maybe somebody potentially who could go after Jay Lethal for that television, the United States Championship, should I say. Television Championship is on Dirty Old Mayhem, isn't it? Dirty Old Mayhem. Now remember, we have 2 more Rumble matches for you still in this event. Of course, both of them will be in part number 2, should I say, of this video. There's Bushi in the ring now. Of course, representing Los Ingobernables from New Japan. Los Ingobernables. Something like that, you know what I mean. So yeah, part number 2 of the video, which will be uploaded pretty soon, will also have the Throwdown Rumble and the Mayhem Rumble. Again, both crowning number 1 contenders for the respective championships at the next pay-per-view. So we have 6 more men ready to enter the Rumble, and there is Hiromu Takahashi, a current, it looks a bit like Garth from Wayne's World, doesn't he? The current New Japan Pro Wrestling, I almost called it New Japan Pro Wrestling Gorilla then. New Japan Junior Heavyweight Champion, of course, defeating Kushida at Wrestle Kingdom 11. As the Psychosis now trying to eliminate Marty Skull. He has him up on the apron as Bushi sending Akira Tozawa over the top. And Marty Skull is gone via Psychosis. Psychosis number 21 in this match and still going. I think he might be the longest reigning in this match at the moment. Oh no, Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan was number 20. So Joey Ryan, no, Akira Tozawa. When did Akira Tozawa come in? 15, Akira Tozawa, and he's still going as we wait number 26. So Akira Tozawa has definitely been the longest reigning man in the Rumble at the moment. Probably the longest man in the Rumble altogether. Until Bushi threw him over the top rope and eliminated him. No, Akira Tozawa fights back. I'll tell you what, if Tozawa could go on and win this, that'd be fantastic. Even though he is representing Mayhem, it would be fantastic. Joey Ryan now trying to push Takahashi out. I might try and see if I can find a better Takahashi. I like this Takahashi at the same time, but you can see obviously it's a face picture rather than an actual a proper core. And there goes Joey Ryan finally via Hiromu Takahashi, who then catches his own stablemate Bushi in the back with a backstabber. A very apt name for a move when you're attacking your own stablemate, isn't it really? But again, like I said earlier on, it is every man for himself in this Rumble as Takahashi just pinning the arm back of Bushi, and in comes Kalisto, number 26. So 4 more left to enter after Kalisto. And again, Akira Tozawa doing so well to be in this match still at number 15, as it looks like there goes Bushi via Hiromu Takahashi. And again, if Takahashi and Bushi had really thought about this, they would have worked together and tried to get into the final couple. It just makes more sense, doesn't it, really? Kalisto goes up high, waiting for Akira Tozawa. and catches him with that diving Hurricanrana as we await number 27 in the Rumble. Kalisto, big splash on Akira Tozawa as Takahashi now trying to eliminate Psychosis, and still Akira Tozawa lives on. Number 15, I don't think I've seen anybody on this game last quite as long in a Rumble, and there goes Psychosis, and now we actually have space, I believe. No, we've got 4 more left to enter, and there's 3 in the ring. So we nearly have space for all the guys left to be in, and here comes Neville. I did do exactly what I said. I have downloaded Heel Neville for our Universe mode. And it'd be interesting to see exactly how he gets on here this evening. A real chance for Neville to get himself back in the spotlight, and I'll tell you what, Neville versus Ibushi for the Cruiserweight Championship would be an absolute treat of a match. Great kicking combination there between Neville and Akira Tozawa working together. Now both booting the back of Hiromu Takahashi. Kalisto creeps up behind Akira Tozawa now and trying to eliminate Tozawa. And Tozawa has just had too much and finally does drop out. But Akira Tozawa really showing us a great side there. A great performance by him. And down goes Takahashi as well. So Neville eliminating Takahashi. We have just 3 men left to enter the Rumble. And we have 2 men left in the Rumble. And here comes the first one to enter. It is Johnny Wrestling himself, Johnny Gargano at number 28. And I'm pretty happy because I know the last 2 that are still to enter as well. And I'm pretty sure any match from these lot that does happen will be a very good match. I'm maybe a little bit less hyped about Kalisto, but at the same time, it could still be a very good match. As Neville fights back on Gargano, but I think Kalisto's probably one of the lowest rated left in this one. And there is another man as well left in this Rumble who is a bit more of a wild card for that match against Ibushi. Not the sort of match you would expect to see Ibushi in, but then again, you never know. What just happened? I looked away for 1 second and Kalisto almost like glitched through the world. I didn't see what happened there. As Gargano... Is he going to be eliminated here by Neville? No, Gargano just holds on. Just held on there by Gargano. As next to enter is surely going to be, as the obvious game mechanic continues. I heard the music, so where is he? Where is he? I heard the music. That's odd. I might have been wrong, but I'm sure I heard the music. As Kalisto just stands back and watches now. Don't tell me the game is glitched when there's literally 5 people left. Gargano with a double foot stomp there on Neville. Yeah, this seems a little bit odd at the moment. It does seem a little bit odd. I'll be happy when the next man enters because at the moment the game feels a little bit glitched to me. Kalisto's not moving. We haven't seen an entrant in the last couple of minutes. Neville fights back on Gargano. Maybe when Kalisto glitched through the world, that sort of gave us a hint of what was to come. Neville now gets caught with a German suplex, or catching Gargano with a German suplex, and I think the game is definitely glitched out here, you know. Neville with a Phoenix Splash. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I can't believe this game is so buggy still. You'd think they'd fix it, wouldn't you? You really would think they'd fix it. Yeah, it's definitely broken, isn't it? The fact that the next person hasn't... There's 2 more people left to enter, and we haven't seen either of them yet, so that's a little bit of an indication there could be something wrong. I just wish either Neville or Gargano would actually attack Kalisto. Right, there is one way that I can fix this, but it would mean that... Who was the last person eliminated? That's a question. Who was the last man eliminated? I might have to check back on my footage, I suppose, but I don't know. Who was the last one? Was it Takahashi? I think it might have been Takahashi. I'm not 100% sure. Right, there goes Gargano. Now, if Neville can attack Sin Cara... No, the game's glitched. The game has glitched. Okay. Bear with me 2 minutes. We'll get this fixed. Right, so here we are. What I've done, basically, is I have given Gargano another chance here. Because the glitch started when he was in the ring. Basically, what happened is Ciampa's entrance music started, but he never entered for some reason. So... what I've done is I've just created a 6-man battle royal, and I've got myself eliminated straight away to bring it down to the final 5. So it was, of course, Gargano, Neville, Kalisto, and the 2 left to enter were Ciampa and, of course, Brian Pillman. So the winner of this match is going on to face off against Kota Ibushi. That's the word. So I've just had a mouthful of beer and I'm burping now. I do apologise for that. I'll turn a bit into C-3PO there for a second. Right, so who is it going to be? Gargano's had a lucky break here. I put him back in the match mainly because I couldn't get myself eliminated twice. So he's been given the chance. Let's see what he can do. Gut wrench up onto the shoulder there by Brian Pillman. Now dropped into a gut buster as well. So clever move there by Brian Pillman, really enacting as much pain as he possibly can on his opponents. Gargano now with the arm breaker on Neville. And again, I think any of these guys against Ibushi would be a fantastic match. However, I do have my personal favourites I would like to see, but I'm not gonna say, because at the end of the day I don't want to affect it if it does happen. Now I think only Neville and Kalisto are representing Throwdown. And of course Pillman, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano all representing Mayhem. As Tommaso Ciampa did fantastically well to fight back there, because he had 2 men trying to eliminate him at the same time. And of course, we do still have one more match left for you in this video as well. It's crazy, isn't it? We have a triple threat women's match coming up for you after this one. Santana, Garrett, Christina Von Eerie and Kimber Lee. As Gargano taking Neville up onto the top rope, and Neville fights back with a boot in the face. As looks like Neville trying to eliminate Gargano now. Of course, Gargano and Ciampa were unsuccessful in their chance to pick up the tag team championships over on Mayhem last week, losing to the Briscoe brothers. As Tommaso Ciampa now trying to eliminate Brian Pillman on the right hand side, and Pillman fighting back. This is going to be amazing, this match. I think no matter who wins, it's going to be a cracking match against Kota Ibushi. It really is. As Pillman sending Ciampa over the top rope, and Ciampa has to hold on once again, as it's now Kalisto pushing in front of Pillman, trying to eliminate Tommaso Ciampa. Obviously trying to get it down to 2 Mayhem, 2 Throwdown. Trying to help us get a bit of bragging rights so far. The bragging rights have gone with Mayhem. Like I said earlier on, Trent 7 and Booker T, both at Mayhem, winning their matches this evening. Of course, it's going to be a little bit different in the Throwdown and Mayhem rosters because it's all one brand or the other, so it's not too bad, really. Tommaso Ciampa now being sent into the corner. Brian Pillman trying to catch Ciampa, and it's a little bit messy at the moment because there's 5 left in the match, and Ciampa's up on the top rope now as Kalisto's trying to eliminate him. Now, this is a great opportunity for someone like Kalisto, who was quite worn out at the end of the Rumble. But now he's been given a refreshing energy by us having to start a brand new match because of the glitch. I'm hoping this is a one-off glitch. It's not going to affect us on the other ones. Oh, Tommaso Ciampa holds on once again. As Pillman now trying to eliminate Kalisto. And this could be the best thing for Ciampa, because it seems like Kalisto and Pillman have worked together quite a bit on Ciampa. Obviously, Ciampa's quite a big target to try and take down. Double Russian leg sweep, though, by Ciampa and Brian Pillman on Kalisto, as Ciampa goes up top and drops a knee. Pillman now DDT on Tommaso Ciampa, and Ciampa's been busted open. Wow, we've got blood in the Rumble. Not often you see that, is it? I'm so excited for the Rumble. I'm so excited for the Rumble on the premise that The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar or Goldberg or Strowman do not win the Rumble. Those 4, anybody but those 4, I'll be happy with. And I wouldn't be too disappointed if Strowman won. I'll just be a little bit miffed. But if Goldberg, Lesnar or Taker win the Rumble, I'm not going to be impressed at all. Because they don't need to. You don't need to take something as big as being a Royal Rumble winner and give it to somebody who's already over. What's the point? Taker, Goldberg and Lesnar can take so much hype into any match at WrestleMania. Why do they need to fight it out for the championship as Kalisto now... Oh, Hurricanrana! And there goes Brian Pillman. Pillman has been eliminated. The man who entered as number 30 eliminated from this Rumble. And we now have Kalisto and Neville representing me. And there goes Gargano as well. We're down to Ciampa, Kalisto and Neville. Wow, all of a sudden, Throwdown are in the Ascension here. And if Kalisto can eliminate Tommaso Ciampa here, there'll be both Throwdown members in the ring. Ciampa, though, sending Kalisto over the top rope. As Neville just pushes in front of Tommaso Ciampa, looking to eliminate Kalisto himself. And there goes Kalisto. Oh my god. Oh my god. These are the 2 guys that I really wanted to be in the last 2, because these are the 2 guys that I really want to see go against Ibushi. We have got Neville and we have got Tommaso Ciampa. Neville representing Mayhem. No, sorry. Tommaso Ciampa representing Mayhem and Neville representing Throwdown. I don't care who wins now, because either of these 2 are bound to have a fantastic match against Kota Ibushi for the Cruiserweight Championship. And Tommaso Ciampa sending Neville over the top. Oh, Ciampa already busted open earlier on, looking to take advantage of the endorphins being released into his body, the adrenaline from being busted open. As Neville going for a pinning maneuver in a Royal Rumble, that's just force of habit, really. You're used to going for pinning maneuvers whenever you can, and that's what Neville sort of did there. Stamping on the knee now of Tommaso Ciampa, bringing Ciampa back up to his feet. Neville sends Ciampa over the top rope. Can Ciampa hold on, or is Adrian Neville gonna go on to face off against Kota Ibushi? It is Adrian Neville, the winner. Wow. Great win there for Neville. And like I said, he is going on to face off against Kota Ibushi for the Cruiserweight Championship at our very next pay-per-view. And my God, what a match that is going to be. Neville versus Ibushi for the Cruiserweight Championship. Just let that sink in for a moment. That match is going to be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And apparently it was a disaster according to this game. A disaster. That's pretty because we got eliminated in like 2 seconds anyway. But there we go. Nonetheless, let's get back into our final match of this video. And here is our final match of part number 1 of the Rumble. Not the Royal Rumble, the Rumble. Because we're not ripping them off. It's going to be a triple threat women's match. Just to break the Rumble matches up a little bit, we've put some different matches in between. It's going to be Santana Garrett versus Christina von Eerie versus Kimber Lee. And here we go. A great chance for one of these 3 women to show exactly what they can do. So far, I don't think many of them have given much of a chance, have they? I can't remember now off the top of my head. I believe we may have seen Christina von Eerie in the 6-woman over the top rope battle royal on Showdown. Have we seen Kimber Lee? I don't know if we have seen Kimber Lee yet. I wasn't too keen on this Kimber Lee, I must admit. I didn't think it was very accurate, but now the more I've seen it, the more I'm starting to come around to it. I think it might actually be a very good one. I'm not sure. You might have to let me know in the comment section below what you think. I think it's a good one, but at the same time, I don't honestly know. I could just be going mad. But I think this Santana Garrett's a very good one. But again, I think you should let me know in the comment section below if you think that any of the cores are exceptionally good or if they're really bad. Then please let me know in the comment section below. I think I've tried to get the best version of everyone. I've done research on every single one. It's not like I've just gone out and grabbed the first one I could find. I have tried to get the best version of each one that I could. And in some cases, with like Kimber Lee, I really wanted to have her in the universe mode. So it was a case of just grabbing the one that we could get. Whether that was necessarily the best one is a different story, but where it's that was a completely wrong sentence, wasn't it? We got the best one we could get, but whether it's a good one is a different story. That's what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm trying to say. You guys get me. You know what I'm on about. Christina Von Eerie is someone who's interested me for a while because she's just very different, isn't she? That's the thing that gets me with Christina Von Eerie. She's very, very different, and it's pretty cool. I like it. Not many other female wrestlers have sort of gone this way with the mohawk and quite a few female wrestlers have gone down the dark route, but dropping the mohawk and the painted hair and stuff like that and the piercings, it's sort of a lot more authentic. And of course our third and final competitor is going to be Kimber Lee. And again, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this Kimber Lee? I wasn't sure at the beginning, but the more I see it, the more I think it's good, but I don't think it's fantastic. But again, let me know what you think about this one in the comment section below. Do you think it's good, or I'll have a look out and see if I can find a new one. I always do anyway. I've got the 20 downloads a day, and sometimes when I'm eating my dinner, I'll just sit there on the community creations, and I'll just scan through and see if there is anything that I can find. That's great, isn't it? My TV's gone off. Bloody power saving. Right, there we go. I put it back on now. I can't see what's going on, but I'm assuming it's just the entrance still. Yes, it is. Okay, we're back. We're back. Right, here we go. Fatal three-way, because I got that wrong. Triple threat. That's what we're looking for. Kimber Lee, Christina Von Eerie. Oh, wow. What a German suplex by Christina Von Eerie. Wow, that was incredible. I can see Christina Von Eerie's mohawk is going to glitch through quite a lot of stuff in this match. As you can see, this game is still very much crap in its sort of levels of just being able to exist, basically. Just that glitch at the end of the Rumble. The thing is, I've only done like 3 or 4 Rumble matches, and so far I think most of them, if not all of them, have ended in some sort of glitch. I'm glad at least this one ended when we only had a few people left, so I could just bodge together a quick little 6-man battle royal to finish it off with. But I've had it before where it's like glitched at number 12, and there's not much you can do at number 12. You have to start afresh. And when the Rumble took us about, that last one must have took us about, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe even longer. It does make it a lot more difficult. Especially when it's now midnight and I've got to record 2 more Rumbles. This is going to get tricky. Suplex there by Santana Garrett on Christina Von Eerie. Great dropkick there, and straight a dropkick by Von Eerie, and then straight into the tornado head scissors there by Kimber Lee, and one for Christina Von Eerie as well. I believe all 3 of these ladies work Shine and Shimmer as well, I think. Catching the slam on the face there, Santana Garrett. She caught that top turnbuckle. And that's a couple of occasions now. Kimber Lee did it earlier on the match where she was taunting on that middle rope. And now Santana Garrett as well taunting on that middle rope. And both times it's ended very, very badly for those involved. There's the German suplex, the bridge, and the pin by Kimber Lee on Christina Von Eerie. It's only enough for a 2 count. Santana Garrett was on the outside. See, I think this match is probably a bit more... This match is probably a bit more likely to get the best quality match rather than the Fatal 4, because when there's only 3, it's more likely that one person will be on the outside knackered. I think one of our best matches we had in the Universe Mode, and you can find it on the Random Match Series as well, was Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar triple threat match. That was incredible. That match was absolutely incredible, that was. And I think triple threat matches do work really, really well. So of course, guys, remember we do have one more part of this video coming up for you. Hopefully be uploaded in the next couple of hours. It will be uploaded and ready, so you've got a bit of time to buffer between watching this and the Rumble, of course. Santana Garrett, butterfly power. No, Hurricanrana by Christina Von Eerie. Yeah, so part number 2 of this video will have 3 matches. It will, of course, start off with the Throwdown Rumble. Then you'll have a chance to see CM Punk, the Mayhem Champion, taking on Kevin Owens, the Throwdown Champion. And then to finish things off, we will have the Mayhem Rumble as well. Senton Bomb there by Kimber Lee. Not going for the pin, though. Now she does go for the pin. Santana Garrett's just getting up to her feet, but is she going to get back in time? Oh, she just got there in time to break that up. Wow. That was very, very close, that was. Santana Garrett now the only lady up on her feet. What can she do to try and finish this match off? Went for the boot in the... Well, it went very much the backside of Christina Von Eerie, who rolled on top of Kimber Lee, trying to steal the victory. But of course, Santana Garrett was never going to let that happen. She was on her feet, belly to belly slam there by Christina Von Eerie on Santana Garrett. Now, Santana getting back up to her feet as Christina Von Eerie stalking her into a pump handle fall-away slam. Beautiful move. But Kimber Lee stalking Christina Von Eerie, slams her. Now looks to steal the pin over Santana Garrett. 1, 2, and 3. Clever, clever, clever. There by Kimber Lee. Waited for Christina Von Eerie to use her signature maneuver, that pump handle fall-away slam. And then a simple, quick little move on Christina Von Eerie allowed Kimber Lee to steal the victory over Santana Garrett. Wow. Great win there for Kimber Lee. A very, very good woman in this match. A very good woman in this roster and in this entire company. And I'm expecting to see a lot more from her, of course, over on PJ Toby's Mayhem roster. And, of course, on Showdown as well. So, like I said, please let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the Kimber Lee core. Because I'm not sure on this one. I don't know whether it's good. I don't know whether it's bad. I started off by thinking it was pretty bad. But now I've seen it a bit more. The attire's spot on. You can't get wrong with the attire, can you? But I'm just not 100% sure on the face. But I think it's decent enough to keep us going for now anyway, isn't it? But anyway, that is going to be the end of part 1 of the Rumble special here. An SWE network special. Not a pay-per-view, a network special. Of course, part number 2, like I said, will be uploaded in the next few hours. And it will give you another 2 Rumble matches to really sort of really wet your Rumble whistle before the WWE Royal Rumble starts in a few hours' time. Of course, if you have enjoyed this one, then please let me know by hitting that like button. It does really help me out. It makes the video easier for other people to find. And of course, if you are new around here and you would like to see some more, then please hit that subscribe button as well. We are very, very close to 2,600 subscribers now. And it'd be great if we can get there by the end of the weekend. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you very, very soon for part number 2 of the Rumble special.